Back with you on the newsfeed, and thanks for staying on. South Africa-US relations, of course, once again in the spotlight. This as expelled ambassador to the United States, Ebrahim Rasool, is expected back in the country. The US declared him persona non grata following comments he made about President Donald Trump during a webinar. Well, let's unpack that a little bit more and what this means. Governance expert, Professor Mazwe Majola, with us now in the studio. Good to have you, Prof, and thank you very much for your time. I suppose the headache far from over for President Cyril Ramaphosa. He's said, guys, let's tone down, right? This might create more diplomatic tensions. For me, his party, although in the Western Cape they say, yes, we have pulled back, but the regional structure says we're going ahead. The unions are defying that call to tone down. What is the president thinking of when he's saying, look, tone down about this welcome back reception?
Well, that will talk to the discipline of the ANC and its partners. Because the president is the president of the organization. If he says, don't do that, disciplined cadres and members will respect that. Our president has spoken, irrespective of how you feel about it. You know, for the sake of our president, we won't do it, you know. But really, those who will continue to do it, and they will be showing a huge disrespect to President Ramaphosa.
Yeah. Trump already is showing quite discomfort with the ANC and ANC policies, even though we're talking government of national unity. Will the United States be able to separate party from state, to say, look, this is a party reception?
You see, that is the most difficult thing when we're in government. Because even what is happening with Donald Trump now, not many people would say, but no, it's just Trump and Conservative Party. Democrats don't approve and don't support what Trump is doing. Not many people really are aware about that. They're just looking at what is America doing now. And that's exactly what will appear with or about South Africa, that who's in government, they just say South Africa is doing. That is why now organizations like your AfriForum, after they realized that they messed up and this thing, what they did is now affecting the whole country, even their own members, the African supporters or farmers. They're now trying to say, no, target individual within ANC, not the whole South Africa. But to manage that, it's a bit difficult now because now you've got to that is why, actually, what has happened to Rasool. I mean, America or Trump administration trying to teach a lesson, as it were, to South Africans and other countries that you don't toe a line, you'll be out. We want our friends and we want people who respect our allies. If you disagree with us, you disrespect us, you'll be out. So it's unfortunate that that lesson, obviously, it was taught to South Africa.
What does it call for now for President Ramaphosa's leadership? I mean, he's receiving CVs, if you like. He's inundated with people saying, no, send me. I'll do a much better job in Washington. And he's saying, look, I am in no rush at this particular point because, of course, they still need to send an envoy to the United States. He still needs to be debriefed. He still needs to get a report from Rasool as to what actually happened, even though I'm sure he's quite very clear as to where the line was and when the line was actually crossed. But what does it call for him now in terms of what next? Who comes in next in that position?
Oh, indeed, he's receiving CVs and he's receiving nominations. Yeah. Those would say no, but so and so would be better, even from other political parties who say no, we recommend that so and so must go there. I think Ramaphosa will sit down and say, even in the first place, maybe they miscalculated when they sent Rasool.
It was a mismatch.
Yes, it was a mismatch. I like that. Because for them, they thought, look, he was there. So let's send him there. His experience, he understands the system, understands the people. But they felt that that was a different era, different epoch. That was 2010 until 2015, during Obama's administration. Now sending someone, yes, you might know the embassy's walls and offices and and other infrastructures and other systems and processes.
He's an experienced diplomat, there's no doubt about it.
Yes, but now they didn't think about
his
the
politics,
personality. Yes, the personalities. Now you're sending this person to a different leadership now, to a different epoch. A leader who thinks and does things differently, and then you need a certain person who will be able to match that. And then hence Rasool, a very good diplomat, but unfortunately, this time around, he just failed to remove his political hat and put diplomatic hat during that interview. And then he became a politician.
You were to look at a person like Naledi Pandor, our former Minister of International Relations, as a potential somebody that you could send there. She's been leading the ICJ movement. So I doubt that she would also be an acceptable choice.
No, he won't. I think, and I just hope the president really, with this one, will try his best to serve the interest of the country. To say, look, when I send someone there, it's not about the ANC. It's not about me. Obviously, it's about him because that will be his legacy. But it's about South Africa. Can I get a man or woman who will go and represent South Africa there, who will be able to build, maintain and sustain relationship, who will be able to navigate complex situations, someone who will be respected, a true patriot, and a true patriotic and passionate South Africa who loves and respects his or her country. Someone who will be respected by, when he comes there, could be someone who will be respected by Trump's administration, even by Trump's. You saw what he did to Zelensky. The man can tear you apart publicly. Doesn't care who are you. If he does not respect another country's president, how much more a diplomat? So the president must really, I know that he's under pressure, but I think he's right when he's taking his time, because in leadership there's a time when you've got to balance agency and thoughtfulness. When we've got to
urgency
and thoughtfulness, yes. When you have to balance speed and direction, where you have to say yes, we've got to do this thing, but let us make it right. Let's do it right. So I just hope that you won't be. But he's a very strong person, and he's a person who doesn't get pressurized easily. When he takes his time, he takes his time.
But I just a strong person. I mean, and that's precisely the type of individual you would want, a strong person, because also to his constituency, and I suppose, yes, for the interest of the ANC, for the good of the ANC and the renewal program, right, is that he has said we'll not be bullied. So he needs to stick to that script of not being bullied. So whichever individual he picks, it shouldn't appear as though he's capitulating.
Yes. Yeah. It's got to be someone who will be there, go respect the other country, the host country, because that's what the diplomat or an ambassador has to do, respect the host country, build relationship there, a good communicator, however you write, a strong person who won't be shoved around, But as I'm saying that, let the president look wide and broader in the country, We've got very good leaders in the country. It may not be an ANC cadre or person, It may be someone out of the ANC. Actually, I think, and I venture to say that it might even be strategic to find someone out of the ANC, It might be someone from a political or opposition party, or an academic, or someone else from other structures.
We are in the era of the GNU, so it's also very tricky to say which individual would that be and what leanings would they have. I think a name like Tony Leon would have been suggested by Helen Zille, and I'm sure it's not something that people within the ANC might find favorable.
Yeah, whenever we talk about the opposition party, we always don't talk about DA. People think that it has to be. I'm not saying it cannot be a DA, but I'm just saying let the president look even out of or outside of his own party. If he can get a good candidate from his own party, ANC, it's fine. But remember that that person, when he goes there, he'll be like an ANC person, you know. But you need someone who will go there who will be a South African, even when he gets into into the Trump's administration, will be looked as a South African. Because now, as soon as this person is an ANC, those people already, they've got this negativity about ANC as a party and as a government. So you need someone who will go there and resuscitate a relationship and present South Africa as a respected and a good country, you know.
Talking about that negative perception of the ANC, whoever we will send, but I suppose there's also a broader conversation that needs to say there needs to be greater clarity now about the non-aligned stance as far as our international relations policy is concerned.
Very important. You know, obviously, South Africa is a country, yes. I mean, as you said, that, I mean, this famous slogan, we are not going to be bullied, which is true. You cannot be allowed to be bullied by other countries. But, you know, if you are serving your country, if you are serving your people, if you are a people-centric leader, you are thinking about bread and butter issues, you've come to a stage where you say, maybe let's relook, let's revise our policy, let's see if really we are online with the global, with the whole world. You know, I like what the president has done when he has really reasoned with the city of Johannesburg about the Sandton Drive to say, please relook at that matter. You know, that's leadership. You know, and it doesn't mean that, oh, now we are bullied by US. No, it's just to say that read the room, look at the environment, interpret times as a leader, how we should do things. Really, what is urgent and important now in terms of bread and butter issues for the country? Changing that street will really, what point are we proving as a country will really assist the country to grow economically and otherwise. So that is a good thing. Again, even in the issue of non-alignment policy, the president must come to a stage when the person who's going there must be clear with that. Yes, this is how our foreign policy look like. However, we are South African. This is what we are doing. Because, Thabo, I've been having an issue about this thing of being a country supporting other countries. Okay, I know that many people are gloating about, no, but we are BRICS member. If America does this, we've got BRICS. But what about Russia? Russia is in talks with America right now. I mean, India, even though it's a BRICS, they are making very good relationship with the United States. What about us? Who's going to support us? Who's supporting? Can we trust Putin that when he speaks to Trump, can he say that nobody, please remember South Africa, please remember those. Can he say that no, it's more about his own country and his interests? Can India do that? So there comes a time that even when we are allies with other countries, but we must also think about who is supporting us, you know, when we are out and dry and lonely, or are we going to be left like that, or there will be someone who's speaking for it? Because we can, as other people have said, we can still be a BRIC member, but we don't mean to alienate other countries as well.
Prof, we appreciate your time. Thanks so much for coming on and your intervention this afternoon. That's Prof Majola there, giving us, of course, a sense of the balls that need to be juggled as far as who next will be sent as an ambassador